put that. Okay. Hello, darlings. Let's see. Did I? I know I had it around here somewhere. So sorry. Hounds. Hello, darlings. How do we do? We're just gathering all the necessary items and whatnot. Let's see. They're getting better. I'm training them. Thought I had a basket of some sort here. Well, I guess we're just going to have to go with the bag. We're going to do a little collection of ingredients, as it were. Let's see. Okay, we're grabbing a little honey because we're doing Hecate and Osmodeus. And apparently some storm has decided to come in, which is my favorite, so yeah. Okay, so we grab some honey. Grab a little garlic salt. Or actually, it's just garlic powder, I should say. A touch of cinnamon, because we like things to work fast. Oh, good. Baby, don't stand right behind me. I don't want to accidentally step on your giant-ass paws. Hi, Miss Tyler. How you doing? Let's go with a touch of salt. Ooh, cinnamon stick, even better than cinnamon powder. Grabbing some ingredients, as it were. Curry, no. Paprika, no. Black pepper is tempting. So is chili, but we're doing protection, and that might have a little bit more backlash than I want. I'm also binding it to a road opener that I already did. So basically, a repower up, as it were. I'm gonna need you out, sir. Thank you. The dogs. Hey, how you doing? So far, having a good weekend, and right about now we are getting some stuff together to do a lovely continuation spell to hopefully continue to draw in what I'm looking for. Darling, out. Got two big dogs with me. An egg for new growth and to be consumed afterwards. Oh, what else was I thinking was in here? Not seeing any red wine. We might have to grab a small spirit. Hello. How's everybody doing? Come on in. We're going to be starting pretty soon. Don't worry, my hair always looks like this, and I refuse to put any product in it right now. Oh, perfect glass, though. So, Oh, what am I thinking? I already have a glass. Might as well move it. Oh, I'm gonna hold that because it's got the world's smallest base. And likes to make the most god-awful wobble sound. I don't know if I would ever try to balance with this. I'm too worried about actually losing it. And apparently, yet again, I have picked up something that is early 1900s. So, okay, we're gonna put that there and that there. Oh, there's the basket. Okay, so we got everything from inside that I need. I love the big dogs. I truly do. But they love to be underfoot. Ooh, let's see. Do we do black currant? There's Midoriya, cacao. Ooh, we are staying away from the... Ah, there we go. Sorry, I'm looking for something beautiful, dark brown. How's everybody? Hello. No. Heavy ass door. Okay, so now we're gonna go out and about and pick up a couple more ingredients from around this lovely, lovely yard. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Let's see, let us start with some fresh rosemary. But I don't want... Come on in. Let's see, let us start with some fresh rosemary. But I don't want to accidentally pick up one of the little sisters, aka the bees. We've got a really nice little colony around here. So we try and give them a little bit of respect for their space, as it were. No, I am just happen to be dog sitting / house sitting for my friends while they're out and about. Let me make sure I'm not. There we go. So yeah, we. Thank you so much. As you see, that's Simon. I think Odie is off, probably chasing the last of the lizards before the storm hits. There we go. Grabbing a couple of rosemary friends, so I'm not too worried about them being annoyed by me. I gave them some really nice honey water this morning. So, okay, we're coming through. Basically taking a little perimeter. Perfect. So we're doing. Ta-da! So in here we've got like little spider webs and whatnot, and I want to be able to like catch the things that come in towards me. So we're gonna wrap one of our rosemary branches with spider webbing. And luckily, I think these are abandoned spider webs for the most part, so I'm not putting any of our lovely arachnid friends out of a job or out of a house. So, yeah. This is my friend's backyard. I am currently pet sitting friends out of a job or out of a house. So, yeah. This is my friend's backyard. I am currently pet sitting. They're 200-pound dogs. Every now and again I call them human sitting. They're 200-pound mooning, and if you know it's fun. Yeah. Mooning, and if you know it's fun. Yeah. Help me to capture the to come in towards me instead of letting them just kind of breeze on by, as it were. And I'm doing so around rosemary, which is a protective plant, so hopefully my goals will be well protected. I'm doing so around rosemary, which is a protective plant, so hopefully my goals will be well protected as they come in. Let's see, I don't think I need lemon. In fact, I think I have a lemon inside. But let me see if there are any decent blossom branches. So basically, since I'm looking for new growth and new things to come in, I am picking from the buds, the blossoms, the new growth on plants. Just a few here and there, never enough to completely eradicate something from the yard, as it were. Oh, there's the little sisters. So, for whatever reason, a hive has decided to set up, and right now we've got a storm coming in, so for whatever reason, a hive has decided to set up, and right now we've got a storm coming in, so they are doing the whole thing, where they, summon up and go. Because I do not have necessarily they are doing the whole thing, where they summon up and go. A, because I do not have necessarily a yard of my own. I have a small garden of my own back where I rent a room. But B, A, their stuff is fresh, and B, I'm here for a small garden of my own back where I rent a room. But B, A, their stuff is fresh, and B, I'm here for the next week or so. So since I'm doing the casting, I already checked out with them, and they said it was perfectly fine for me to go around and, you know, do what I need to do, as it were. Ooh, lemon sorrel. Okay. So, pretty, bright yellow flowers. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I am so far away from the... Sorry about that. Flashlight off. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting that I walked so far away from the Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm doing this because they have a lot of the stuff that I like, a lot of the stuff that I need, and as long as I don't completely eradicate something from their backyard, I am perfectly fine to do as such. Oh, there we go. There we go. Tube rose, aka velvet rose. I want to say it's part of the daffodil family, if I'm not mistaken. And I love the cloying sweet rose. I want to say it's part of the daffodil family, if I'm not mistaken. And I love the cloying sweet. Absolutely adore it. And since I am courting a rather powerful, expansive deity, I like to make sure that they are getting plenty of little offerings and, you know, gentle whatnots, and as they come closer, things get more opulent. So we're going to be arranging them and offering them to the deities that wish to work with me and that I wish to work with. Some of them have symbolism, some of them are just really, really pretty. And for the dog, seriously, for the particular lemon blossom, for the particular deities I'm working with, it's going to be Hecate and Asmodeus. So I need to be inside for this particular one only because we're having a storm, and Asmodeus is not a huge fan of water or fish. Well, cooked fish at least. Okay, so we had a couple of roses go to seed, so I'm gonna grab the rose hips. Sorry. Renaissance humor. Oh, that has moldered. No. Do make sure you check the quality of anything that you're picking and presenting. If it's got like a lot of molder or rot. The DD? Question mark? Can you expand on context? Because to me, DD just means designated driver. Oh, I do need some double delights, though. Do we have any low green? Okay, we've got some low and slightly green. I'm just not looking to catch the thorns. There we go. I'm like, well, we're gonna need a designated driver after I imbibe, so... Actually, no, we're not going anywhere, so I'm not gonna be having to do that, per se. Ooh, there we go. Got some double delight. So, fresh rose petal. Oh, deity. As in, deity doesn't always refer to a god. It sometimes just refers to, like, a spirit or something to that fact. Oh, deity. Deity. Sorry, I'll need to enunciate. Let's see, we're grabbing a little double delight rose. Let's see. Got plenty of clover. Ooh, a bundle of jasmine. Basically. I'm just going to be asking for a bit of help, for a bit of goodness to come my direction. Hey! especially in particular matters. So different deities, different types of entreatments, different areas of expertise that they cover and whatnot. Oh no! Well, I'm glad you're back, my darling. It can be a rough ride around here, can't it? I swear, I don't even understand how they pick and choose the way they do, but damn do they. We had a nice thunderstorm come in yesterday, so everything is nice, fresh, green, and really opening up. Okay, so we are grabbing... Well, I'm glad you're back, though. There we go. Grabbing ourselves a bit of fresh gardenia, and these happen to be red gardenia. Normally I would add mint because mint is a good protectorate, but I'm not loving how this mint looks, and certain people are not overly a fan of certain things. The basil is still young, not quite where I need it to be. Okay, I think I got most everything I need. Nope, we are not putting river rock. I was like, oh, maybe a rock. Ooh, no, wait, that's river rock. River rock, again, is tied to water. Water is not well liked by Osmodeus, so, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're having, it's in the, I want to say it's about in the 50s, which is not too bad. Okay. We're going to set that down. I've got all of that stuff. I have my road opener that I needed to do. Oh, apparently there's a... So I'm in a new place. I'm not with the old landlords. I still need to... get them handled. And that's actually part of the reason I am doing this, because I want this to go as smoothly as humanly possible. Yeah. Humanly possible. Yeah. Because I am really tired of the back and forth with them, so is what it is. Where is the... For some reason I thought they had ah, there we are. There we go. Oh, where did I put that? Bum, 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 bum. Uh-huh. Give me a second. Where did I put it? I'm trying to find my incense real quick, because I just realized I don't have incense out there with me. Okay, well, we might have to go without the incense on this one. My darling, could you back it up? Could you back it up? Thank you. Ooh, actually, I converted a cat suit that I got off of Shein, and I made it into a nice little dress that I absolutely adore and love. Okay, so we've got tools of the profession. We'll grab the lemon just in case. Beat. I need you to move. Oh, good Lord. Hey, thank you. I love the dogs, but dear Jesus, the backside of my knees. Up and over. Okay. Oh, yes, absolutely. Let me just set everything down. Let's see. Let's have you all face in the backyard. I think that should work. Thank you much. Okay, so we have our road opener. That's a spell I did a while ago, and it's been kind of sitting and waiting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me a moment if I am not looking, it's okay. An offering of hard spirit. So the offering of hard spirit is so that... Oh, I'm sorry, I should also show you this. The offering of hard spirit is, well, for several of the deities, they just happen to like it. Well, we're going to show you. We are going to show you. So this is how we are starting out. I'm just getting set up. Now, for those who are a bit nervous about witchcraft, it's okay. I understand. Not everybody's into it. Not everybody has to be. But you can sit, you can watch, you can definitely ask questions. I am a Candle Chaos Kitchen type witch, and I am ever expanding, learning, and doing better. But I've been doing this for about 25 years. I know some of my methods seem interesting, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, Chupa Chup is actually for me. Okay, blue candle for protection. Oh yes, it can absolutely go wrong. Oh, it can absolutely go wrong. This is why you do a little research beforehand, and well, give me a second to get set up and then we can definitely have a good long talk about it. We'll set the lemon to the side for the moment. Oh, I need a, oh, there it is. I was like, I need a base to set this on. So this is one of the original road opener bottles that I put together with all the things that I wanted in it. And so we are going to burn the candle on that. Kind of, yeah, there we go. I brought out the tea light so I could heat the end so it actually sticks into place. It's a lovely day. We've got a nice little storm rolling in, and... Oh, come on now. Oh, I hate matches sometimes. Really? There we go. Ah. Okay.
Give me a second.
That's nice. Oh, we love we love San Diego. Lovely for antiques, amongst other things. I'm singeing the tip real quick on this just so it lights a little bit easier and better. Heating the bottom. So it will hopefully stick into place. There we go. I don't want the fire randomly going out. Okay, so we're gonna sit and bless. So let me answer a few questions and then we'll get started getting set up. Yay! Yeah, I absolutely adore the vintage. Yes, don't worry. I posted up some of the things that I found. Actually, one of the things that I found, I'm gonna be ever so careful picking it up because now it's friggin' full. Hey! Early 1900s, like aperitif. So small drinks, limoncellos, cordials, espressos, that kind of thing. Absolutely love it. Got it for an absolute song. It was only $7. I looked online and a singular one of those is selling for somewhere between $40 and like $70. So I learned a lot from going to metaphysical stores, taking the classes, doing a lot of my research via book and online. The internet is a great place, but always make sure that you're cross-checking a lot of your sources so that you actually get a consensus. Recognize that certain things have been around a lot longer, and especially if you're going to do anything that is part of an old practice, you really want to make sure you're doing your research first. So be careful. Can things go wrong? Absolutely. Are all magics soft and light and positive? No, some of them are baneful. Expect that things will come back at you at some point because you've either offended the deity that you were trying to entreat, or your spell might have been a little bit off the mark and directed in the wrong way. So it happens. It happens. Oh, thank you, darling. I absolutely adore them. Inch long so far, stiletto. Tools to a trade. Don't mind the dogs as they do their thing. So, we are offering hard spirits. And then I'm going to be adding to this. So, specifically, I'm going to bless this cup because we're going to go in with this cup and then let this sit and mellow. Because I want this to be the point where it comes in, and I want it to come in and actually reside with me for a touch. A light sprinkling of salt. Salt helps to soak up any negativity that might come your way. Also keeps it purified or consecrated it as a bit. So this is a road opener spell, and then I'm basically giving it a recharge and a follow through because I want to continue on building for the particular profession that I want. So yeah, thank you. I know, isn't it gorgeous? To that we add a bit of honey. Honey is for Hecate. Hey! Do you mind, you two? Stop with the bitey face. Okay, cinnamon stick for a kick. A touch of garlic powder. Because I want Hecate to specifically show up here. I'm not drawing a cross, I'm drawing a symbol of the crossroads, which is her area of expertise. New life or new growth. Placing that in the middle, so that's the thing that will be charging up. No. Well, I'm putting a spell on myself, or I should say I am continuing a spell that I started, I want to say, about 3-4 months ago. So I'm basically recharging, giving it more energy, and drawing it again more towards myself. Mm-hmm. Right. Trust me, I do spend a nice bit out in all this lovely greenery and whatnot, especially with these two big dogs. Okay, and then we have our bounty from outside. I tried to pick, for the most part, things in 3. Again, partially for Hecate, who is Maiden Mother Crone. So, Maiden, the blossom, the bud. Mother, fully opened, ripe, ready to go. Crone, has seen all the things, has the wisdom, and is beginning to, age. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can get you to balance a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Jasmine. So, Jasmine. So jasmine is good for sensuality, for a bit of seduction, to bring things in gently, and especially for expensive. And I like expensive in a few different ways, but clearly I'm also getting expensive for a song for most of my thrift runs, so I'm happy by that. We have, again, branches from the rosemary, including one that I have wrapped in spiderweb. And the spiderweb is to kind of catch anything that comes in, especially the good stuff that comes my way. So again, maiden, mother, crone. So maiden, mother, don't go completely off the rail, thank you. Crone. Again, creating a pattern that focuses kind of everything inwards. And we're going to set in roses. Roses are, again, good for romance, for passion. They also have other symbolism. So, you know, make sure you're setting your intention in a very particular way. A bough of lemon buds. Lemon is good for protection. And it can also bolster, seeing as it's, lemons are pretty, they're lovely, they're soft, but they have big ass thorns on them, so they will defend themselves. And that's kind of what I want from this is, yes, I want all these lovely things to come in, but I also want to be well protected. So if something that should not be tries to touch, it gets a nasty surprise. Hence also I brought in the roses, because roses have thorns. Again, lovely, beautiful things, but they got a bite back. A bit of lemon sorrel, because they're pretty. And they grow fast. And they can go practically anywhere. So may my fortunes grow like lemon sorrel. I just love tuberose. Again, expensive and lovely. And we've got rose hips also for protection and for good health. So rose hips are basically roses when they go to seed. And as you get the fruit from them, you can actually dry them out, and they're a good source of vitamin C. But I am using them specifically for good health, good protection, as I am doing all of this. Again, that sound of 3. And for health and fortune. Dent de lion, so that wherever my works go, it will grow like a weed. And flax for money. Let's see, do I have a wind blocker by chance? I don't think I have a wind blocker, unfortunately. So, I'm going to have to physically stand in front of this. Actually, give me half a second. Can I create a windscreen? I can't create a windscreen, so part of this is going to have to come indoors with me because I need it to continually go. Those are the dogs I'm sitting for. And they're lovely, but they are absolute meatheads. They are nanny dogs. So when I go in, they'll probably come in too. I'm going to set you down so I don't trip and unalive myself. Give me half a second.
All those years at the academy are paying off.
We're going to let that charge for a little bit. I'm actually going to do a minor invocation. Oh, which side? This side. Okay. Okay, let me get you in position. So I'm going to go out for just a bit. And you're probably not going to be able to hear much of what I do. You're going to be looking at my backside for a touch. But I'm going to start a minor, well, not so minor, invocation. And then I will come in to kickstart everything. So, just a second. We love a good storm around here, and those are some just absolutely lovely and wonderful wind chimes. Okay, so we retreat and we build upon what has already been put into place. And to make sure that this goes through, I'm actually going to open the door. Fear the baby gate. Okay, now we've got a crossbreeds. Nope, they don't mind at all. And of course I asked permission for everything first. I've been friends with them for, actually both of them, for over 20 years. So they know me, they know my witchcraft. They know what I do. And I always ask first if they mind if I, and they're like, girl, do it. As long as the house is still standing, as long as everything's still good, do it. I'm like, okay. So I do appreciate them for that. Also, I mind their ofrenda and the house while out and about. And trust me, there are particular parts of this house I don't go into because it makes me feel a certain way. So, like, the house tells me where it wants me and where I can do the things versus where I shouldn't be and should not be doing the things. I'm going to close this just a touch. If you're going out... Simon, come in. Good boy. Thank you. Come in. Hey. Now, one of my favorite reasons for casting, especially when I'm here, especially right now, is because there are two big dogs, including one big black dog. And dogs are one of the patron familiars for Hecate. Osmodeus is also known to have hounds, so it's a good representative, as it were. And I love you, and you've got no thoughts in that head. Should I get y'all a treat later on? Huh? Should I? Okay. So I am casting. I have a road opener that's already out there that I did a couple months ago. For some reason I kept hanging on to basically the vine portal that I had created, and I didn't know why I had this compulsion to hang on to it and wait, because I was like, I thought I was supposed to, and they're like, no. Plans are changing slightly. Don't go and put it where you thought you were gonna, because that's, no, hang on to it. So that's exactly what I did. The funny thing is I had like a concha from a Mexican bakery, basically, and those things are baked so fresh with so little extra in them that if you leave them for any amount of time, they will go moldy. And 4 months later, this thing is still in almost perfect condition. Same thing with one of my homegrown sweet potatoes. I brought that out as an offering 4 months ago, and it is still, it has not sprouted, it has not moldered, it has not got any soft spots, there's no bug activity, so it has preserved itself almost perfectly, even though I put it in an environment where anything could happen, and nothing did. So I'm in a slightly stabler place. I'm in a room. I'm still paying $1,200 a month, and at that price I would much rather have a studio apartment to myself so that I could do as I wish. But it is far more stable. It is far nicer, much better for me. And yeah, I'm not nearly as stressed, and I'm not feeling nearly as sick anymore. So the place that I was in, the house was doing its best, or my apartment was doing its best to protect me, but the overall building was rotting. So it could only do so much, and that's why I think some of the things, especially in that last month or so, happened. It was to make sure I didn't stay there. It was really like pushing me out for my own damn good. So it worked. It definitely worked. Sir. Oh, that's right. I promised I would get them a treat. Give me a half a second to go grab one. Go on. I'll get you a treat. Are these good? You want one of these? Okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Simon. You're a good boy. Thank you. So that clang that you heard, they train the dogs to take their food and their treats in two separate areas. And the moment he saw that, he's like, oh, I'm going to go to my... So one went to his area, the other went to his area. And they each have these big frozen, like, dog food type treats. They have to lick them in order to, you know, melt them down and whatnot. It's going to take them a while. Anything that helps these dogs slow down and just take it a little bit slower, I'm all for. I'm so all for. But yeah. Whew. One fur. And one to stay. So, for my particular practice and deities, I imbibe. Not always spirits and whatnot, but I take in the food or the drink, the candies, some part of the ritual I take in, and I give permission for those that I work with to experience what I experience. Because earthly pleasures, as it were, are not something that those on the other side can always experience on their own. Sorry, cinnamon for speed. Because I'd like this to come in quicker rather than slower. So one for myself, one for the spirits that wish to join and help out, especially for the ones that I've been treated more directly. And then I'm letting it basically sit by, I'm letting it sit by the candle as it does, so that I can focus and do what I gotta do. So, I use a blue candle because I'm looking to protect the works that I'm doing. You could also use a red candle, but a red candle can have a lot of punch, and I figured with some of the other stuff I added, I didn't need to be overwhelmed by a sudden flood of stuff coming my direction, like, new opportunities, oh, you got everything. It's like, nope, too much. I'm like, bring it in steady, bring it in well, make sure that it's good. Or, well, when I say good, I just mean make sure it's not gonna try to unalive me, because I don't like that. But yeah, we've got our road opener out there. I refreshed it with more things to grow and be and do. And, yeah, it's well stocked. It's well, what's the word? Fragrant, vibrant, ever so loving. And those were homegrown vines. So it's a lot of a part of me, but also I have known my friends, my besties, for over 20 years. And I have been a part of this household for a very long time. So, I always, thank for the bounty that I take, but also I am part of the, how do I put this? I'm part of the energy that is here. So I don't necessarily tap fully into it. What I'm doing is simply asking the grounds that already exist to protect and lend to me as I have protected and lent to them. I hope that makes sense for people. But yeah. And now we can do some card reading if you want. And yeah, that is soaking in nice and quick. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully well, hopefully well. So our particular, I won't tell you absolutely everything, because certain things are specific just for me. But what I can tell you, I will. With the road opener and this recharge, I am basically trying to bring in opportunities and finances that will provide well for me, and they specifically, I want them to come through certain channels that you have to be verified to see, because it is very much part of my proclivity, and I have felt very disconnected from that particular part of myself for a very long time. So I want to be reconnected with it, and I want to actually travel that road as my profession. Yes! Oh my God, yes. Yes. Oh, I've seen the way Native Americans, Shawnee, and a few other tribes collect cedar or from certain plants, and oh my God, it's so fucking beautiful. Like, every time I see it, I know this sounds so witchy-woo-woo, because I'm not particularly a part of that practice, but every time I see it, it's just, oh, it makes my heart sing, because that's what spellcraft, that's what any sort of casting or integration is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the give. You don't just take when you spellcraft. You don't just take when you entreat a deity. You have to give. And so many people think that it is just about taking, and it's not. It's not about the take. It's about, here's something I need. I present you with possibly what you need, and I promise to always bring more, especially if I'm well provided for. Like, it's always that give and take, and I adore the give and take of it all. Oh, yes. Ooh, I love when people understand this. Oh my God. Right? It's like, there are times that some of my spellcasting will cause me to have an incredibly emotional response. And honestly, that response is warranted, and it's wanted, and it's needed. It is part of the give and take. Ooh, I love it when people understand that, because sometimes that is the hardest thing to explain. Any casting, and I do mean any casting, comes with a price. It's not just the, I'm gonna light a candle and it's just all gonna come to me. It's like, no. No. There's still gonna be blood, sweat, and tears. There's still going to be something that you give. And if you spellcast and refuse to give anything, I hope it comes back to you in the most clear and almost nasty ways, if you know what I mean. Like, if you don't give freely, especially to the deities, the entities that are helping you, why are you asking them for anything? Why are you asking if you are not willing to give? And give does not mean, oh, well, I've got to go out and sacrifice an animal. Oh, I've got to give out and I've got to, put out a ton of money. No. Giving is from here. Giving is emotional. Giving should be tied to the soul, to the heart, to the experience of it. And giving can be a fresh meat. It can be good hard spirits. It can be smoke of many different varieties. Giving should always be inclusive, and it shouldn't just end with this is the only thing I'll give. For me, I always go, the more I get from, the more I will give to. And I absolutely, ooh, yes, because it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's not just a once and done for me. It's a cycle. It is part of the contract between. So, yes. Oh my God. I love it when people understand that, because it can be one of the harder things to get across to people in a lot of ways, because in this world we've been taught a lot of palm-colored witchy woo-woo. And most of my teachers have been Celtic, they have been LGBTQ, they have been, mestizo, they've been Irish, like they've been far and wide. So I'm not always perfect, but yeah, I don't do the Kraft macaroni witch. And when we say craft, we mean, just the, I can call it and do it, and it's fine. I can do whatever I want. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Like, I put a bit more into it. So yeah. I am not currently in a relationship. I am pleasantly single. I am also polyamorous. And I have pretty high standards for what I would expect of a partner. So when I get into a relationship, it has to be with somebody who actually meets a lot of my requirements. And I am coming into an era of myself where I am far more self-assured and far more refined in what I expect of my partners, especially at my age. So yeah. I'm going to be in a relationship. It needs to be something that's actually worthy of my attention. So some of my requirements would be that my partners are providing for me. Providing, yes, can mean coin, but providing also means like they are emotionally mature and aware. They are providing for my heart. They're providing for my mind. They're engaging with me and not just expecting me to be there for what they want and then they can just fuck off or ghost me whenever they please. I absolutely refuse to do that again. I am so not here for that. I expect them to be attentive to my needs as I am attentive to theirs. So I look for not just relationships, but partnerships of some variety. And the moment somebody has betrayed or broken that particular expectation, they'll get a notice. They'll get a very quick notice. And if they continue to break or ignore what should be going into a relationship, I will go ahead and go, you know what? This is not for me. We cannot learn from each other clearly. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you're not going to put in the work, then I'm not going to sit and waste another second over it. And will it hurt? Yes. Any breakup's going to hurt a little bit. But will I get better? Will I move on? Absolutely. I want somebody who's in it for a long while, but a long while doesn't mean forever. A long while could be 2, 3, 5, 10 years. That is a good long while, and I do know people can grow apart or just mature at different rates, and I'm okay by that. But I want somebody who's looking for something with stamina rather than something quick, fast, and just gives to them, because I am so fucking done with that shit. Yeah. Hi. How's everybody doing? Got our cards. Oh, hell no. That is the easiest, one of the easiest questions. Absolutely in the fuck not. Absolutely in the fuck not. Like, if they say, but I'm a moderate, we're not dating. We're not dating. Well, I just have some, no. I'm a biracial black woman. I'm a biracial gender fluid person. I'm a biracial LGBTQ polyamorous hard-headed rather sharp-tongued, dominant femme. And there's absolutely no way I could date somebody like that because they would not fulfill what I needed in the protection for my own self, for my protection for my own rights. If they are willing to elect people who would harm me, then they themselves are willing to harm me. And I refuse to get into that kind of situation again. Yeah, I can. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. But they would. That's the whole thing. That is the wild thing about it. Conservatives, MAGA, and the like would love to be able to get their hands on somebody like me because they want to ding me down a few pegs. I dated somebody who turned out to be a red hat. And they had a rather high military position at that. So, yeah, the being able to take somebody like me down a few pegs to be able to hurt me, yeah, they absolutely want that. They want the wild. They want the free. They want the person who has no shame, who does not hide themselves, because they themselves are often deeply closeted in one fashion or another. This is why the RNCs are sold out from male sex workers every time they come to town. So yeah, they are very particular, and trust me, it is not by accident. No, I couldn't. I couldn't be friends with them. I could not date them because they're willing to put into place policies and people that would do me and my communities a vast amount of harm. And I cannot do that because I am far too much for the working class and making sure that everybody is taken care of as per the social contract. So, yeah. Do I wish MAGA harm? I don't wish the people specifically harm. I wish that movement harm, if you know what I mean. I don't wish for them to be able to damage so many beautiful, wonderful, good people, especially not the working class. So, yeah, no. Oh, Barbara, remember, you built this particular FYP brick by brick. The more you interact with a witch like me, with a free spirit like me, with a person who likes to do so many fun, bad things, the more you're going to see people like me. So if you're angry because I can just be me, step out of the closet. Come over to my side. It's a lot more fun and we actually take care of people. So, right? Yeah. Even the sick and disabled are often paying their own way, often through knowledge, through their good works. I cannot stand eugenics on any variety, and trust me, there's a lot of my own internalized shit that I'm still undoing, but like, even people who are sick, even people who are disabled, they are still contributing to the social contract. And you don't just cut somebody out of the social contract because, oh, well, they're sick. And when you get sick, you want somebody to take care of you, right? Especially as a society? Yeah. You are. But that's, and again, you assume that I'm a leftist. That's the funny part. You assume I'm a leftist. It's not about seeing the light, it's about not doing harm. And I know, and that's part of the problem that I'm having with our current social contract as it is. I despise the fact that we are not taking care of better people who are like chronically ill and disabled. I despise the fact that you are limited in what you are allowed to do, like how much assets you can have without losing your coverage. Everybody should be covered. Everybody should be taken care of. And that is something I will always work towards. So yeah, and do not discount me just because I look like I am perfectly functional per se. Yeah, and the fact that you can't be disabled and get married is wild and so irritating to me. Hey, Tina. Oh no, not a garage. That's a back patio. Yeah, exactly. We barely take care of able-bodied people. It's wild. No, Regina. No, no. I didn't assume that. But I mean, if you're gonna say that loudly, oh, okay, honey. I'm gonna need you, and I don't mean this in the worst ways possible. I'm gonna need you to get some mental health help. If you cannot tell the difference between a persona, a fun character, and a reality, as I am now speaking as just a regular ass person, you have some issues. You have some issues you may need to address. Yeah, you can go ahead with that. You can go ahead with that, Mariah, because I don't find it to be productive. I don't find it to be productive, and I know they're going to be a lot less productively so. I know, right? I don't look a day over 38K. Yeah, no. darlings. Flippers down for a second. They're a baiter. It's a baiter. They thought they were going to be a master baiter. That was more like a mackerel baiter. Okay, like they were a good mid-size. They had that line in for a second. They did. Because I'm like, do I engage? No. They tip their hand with the, you think I'm a, there you are. Oh, you tipped your hand right there. Oh, if they had played it quiet for a little bit longer, that hook would have been in there. But they got so close and yet, nope. It's because they need confirmation towards their biases. They need the confirmation that if they come out as a thing that is despicable, that they will be shunned, that they will be hated, that they will be persecuted. If you get that hook set, then you confirm their bias that they are persecuted, when that is not what it is. So I cut them loose because I'm like, oh, that's not going to be productive. I already know where you're going. No, thank you. It happens. Just like when we get, and I'm using air quotes for a very specific reason because it is two different groups of people. It's when we get the Christians in here who are just, oh, you're demonic and all burning in hell and blah. They're expecting me to go, oh my God, how dare you? They're expecting that confirmation bias of violent, negative reaction against them. And I'm like, you don't matter enough in my grand schemes to warrant a reaction. Like, and by putting out something that we hadn't even addressed, we hadn't even touched on what do you call it? We hadn't touched on race of any variety. And so when they put that out there on the table, it's like, oh, you just told me who you are. You just told me what you are. You just told me what kind of confirmation bias you're looking for. So, no. Because it's a narcissistic intention that they have, and I won't feed a narcissist. I'm a narcissist's worst bane because I will ignore them and I will mock them and then ignore them yet again. And they hate that because they wither under that. They're not getting the attention that they want and they wither under that. My goodness, you're right. Oh, 5.5. We do love a good repeating number. Right, brimstone fire. I'm like, oh yeah, we've got those. I've got candles. We can grab some sulfur because that's what brimstone was. Just like, the fuck do you expect? Right, right. I would much rather talk because I would much rather either have my opinion swayed or swayed somebody else's. Maybe we can come to an understanding. But like when they're just going to be unhinged about that kind of stuff, oh yeah, no. I have met only the. I think I've only met a master baiter like 2-3 times. A person who knew how to get that hook in and sink it in so much that I'm, laser focused, pissed off, having that over the top negative reaction. I've only met like maybe 2 or 3 of them. And once I figured out, oh, I'm dealing with narcissists. You know what? Starve them. Oh no, and I absolutely adored that. I absolutely adored that because it was a conversation until it wasn't. So I do appreciate you actually checking in with me on that particular thing. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. How you doing? I'm kind of amazed they didn't go the religious route. It was interesting that they went that kind of long road around. Yeah. That's funny. Also to tell somebody, well, you look healthy enough to work. You assume, A, that I'm not. Oh, I love this one. Thank you so much. I love the fact that they're like, well, you look, yeah, you know what? There are plenty of people out there, including vets, including, any number of people who can have something that looks like you have a functional, healthy, regular-ass body and that you can just do what every other able-bodied person does. And it's like, yeah, that's not always the case. So, like, that was my... Something's wrong here. But yeah, then they brought out that last one and I'm like, oh, now I know where you are. Okay. Yes, I am still making corsets, although for the next little over a week, I'm going to be house sitting for my good friends and taking care of their dogs. So, might be a little bit slower on being able to get those put out. I do plan on focusing on those for March, because I've got a couple shells put together and I need to get back to sewing. I fucking miss creating shit. It was very much the, I see you. I see what you're doing. Okay, let me take a very quick bio break. Actually, I think we already did the little captcha. So yeah, let me take a really quick bio break. I think I might grab a little something to nosh on, mostly because you shouldn't give yourself high spirits without something to sit in there with it. But yeah. I love that. Yes. Winter or otherwise. Thank you. I'll be right back, my darlings. Yeah, you're doing good. Have your treats. It's good. Hello, hello. No, 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 no. This is mine. Watermelon cake. From JJ Bakeries, one of my favorite places. Good, like pastries and treats and whatnot. They don't use quite as much sugar as a lot of other places because they're an Asian bakery, and I absolutely adore their pricing because their pricing is actually, honestly, really good. If I could figure out how to get the dang thing open. Do I have a... Why do I always need a blade at the last time? How's everybody doing? Check on in, ask a couple questions. I've just got to get this open. And I didn't know that they had taped it to heck and back. Ugh. So, no, you have your treats, I get mine. Where's you? No. 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 Hello, hello. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, we're at 68. 6.8. Thank you so much. Oh. Absolutely love chiffon cake. It's got such a fine crumb structure. Gently sweet. Soaks up. It's really great for tea and coffee. It's absolutely my favorite. So it's watermelon cake. I want to say it's like matcha on the outside, a light kind of strawberry cake inside, and then the seeds are chocolate chips. So it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, absolutely, my dear, absolutely. And I plan on doing another spell casting on Monday as well, so there are definitely possibilities. Monday I'm trying to figure out if I want to do like teach a bit more of a protective spell, or if I want to go and do something that has a bit more small but punchy. And remember, spellcraft is it can be much more individualized, especially to a person. I did not grow up in a tradition. I grew up doing chaos, making my own. As a child, I was evangelical. Almost into my 20s, I was evangelical. So singing hymns, doing things that are rote repetition, they don't sit well with me. They really don't sit well with me. So I, instead of speaking from written, from rote, I actually conjure from here. And that way also, whatever I happen to put out in the world, if it comes back to bite me, it's only my fault, and it is not the fault of, say, words that I didn't fully believe or trust in, as it were. It's so gently moist. So yes, if you ever wish to donate, sponsor, or contribute directly to a casting, the links are in bio, and just like let me know what it's for. Because if it just randomly shows up, I might just go, oh, okay. Now I got to figure out who I'm dealing with. But if you put like, you know, offering, or you put like a little crystal ball or something, I know what it's going to be going towards, so. Did we have any other, because I know we had more than one person mildly trolling and whatnot. Did we have anybody else who wanted to ask questions? Genuine questions? But I mean, also, you know, if you want to see if you can sink that hook in, by all means, try me. We can go a few rounds. It is called a watermelon cake because it looks like a watermelon. And I believe it's green tea on the outside, and it's a very mild one at that. Kind of a light... It doesn't have like overly much flavor. It's all very, very subtle, but it's so tasty, gently sweet. They use like just the thinnest bit of cream. It goes fantastically with coffee or with tea. It is absolutely... And the little seeds are chocolate chips. So this is like a chiffon cake. So the crumb structure is super fine instead of being like crumbly. And it just, yes, it was from an Asian bakery, JJ Bakery. And yeah, just, it has it's like couch cushion, if couch cushion was actually edible. So that soft, but still resistant, has lovely just mouthfeel and texture to it. Spongy, yes, oh my god. Do not ask why I had, yes, that's a better descriptor. Spongy. It's like gently spongy, and I absolutely adore it. JJ Bakery carries some of the best frickin' cakes. Like, they do a chiffon so good. Spongy. Spongy is so much a better texture. I'm just like, couch cushion? Couch cushion, it'll give you a texture, but that's an off-putting flavor, I'm guessing. Spongy, yes, spongy. That's a much better one. It's the only thing I can think of. It is the only thing I can think of. Because it's, you know, it's got that... Yeah. I'm like, spongy just sounds better. Couch cushion, you're going... Girl, are you actually eating... No, I'm not actually eating couch cushion. I'm just saying the resistance, the way it feels in the mouth, as it were. Like, has that squish texture. Hi. Where'd yours go? Did you already finish yours? Okay. One of the big dogs that I'm babysitting. Big old frickin' Dane mix. So this is the one that keeps punching me in the side of the tit every time he wants a good pet. He'll come over, sit next to me on the couch, and just bam with that big old paw. It's like, ow, why? The other one will try and step up on my lap, and I'm like, you are not a puppy. You are not a puppy. Like, for the love of everything, get off me. You are too heavy for me to comfortably have you on my lap. But both of them are such sweet, loving dogs, absolutely kind and wonderful. So yeah. Do you two need to go outside? Is that what it is? You want to go play Bitey Face outside? Go on, play Bitey Face. Drop it, you. Go on, go get him. Let them play outside for a bit, run off some of that energy. Oh, I'm over at my friend's house. And they happen to have don't mind the absolute whiteout back there. It's just very, very bright for the moment. So yeah, I happen to be currently in the living room. And yeah, I'm dog sitting for about the next week or so. And they already know that I'm a witch, and they know all the things that I do, and they are perfectly fine by that. I know that I should probably do a little ofrenda ritual tonight just to keep the house nice and happy, and I appreciate the house being nice and happy. I think that first night or so was a little bit rough. The house was very, very loud. House is definitely protective of itself, so anytime somebody comes in for a bit, it tends to be a little bit louder than normal. And then once it realizes and understands what's going on, it's like, oh, okay. There are certain places I do not wander into. At least not for very long, and I usually say, sorry, pardon, just grabbing something real quick, going out. Oh, I wonder if my friend's got a couple of bee boxes. Ooh, I should suggest that to them. Kids are not nearly as headblind as most adults are. Adults tend to be more headblind because they've had to train themselves not to be sensitive and pick up on things. So, yeah. If a kid is saying it, especially consistently, there's a good chance that they are picking up on something that a non-sensitive adult would not. So, yeah. And I'm not going to say all the time, but a lot of times just that resonance, that spirit that gets kind of stuck behind, just doesn't like being annoyed, doesn't like being disturbed per se, but sometimes you got to shuffle them on because they get really pesky. And that can be not good. Also, some of them just like creating negative emotions amongst the living because that helps to feed them, as it were. So, yeah, sometimes do a little research in the area, see maybe if somebody like passed away or had a very tumultuous life there, that might be them. And then I would highly suggest against the Christian church coming in to do an expulsion. I would much sooner trust somebody who's more native to the land. Oh yeah. Yeah, when they show up, like show up, huh, that's a huh, luckily I say luckily, I've been headblind for a really long while, and I've been trying to undo some of that. I just tend to feel them rather than see them. So it's like, I trust that they're around. I definitely trust that they're around. I just don't go a-looking for them, because some of them really do not want to be recognized as existing. Especially if they're not actually a ghost, because not everything is a ghost that is not seen. Some of them are deities. Some of them are entities that live on the land and have lived on the land for a very, very long time. So, yeah, like, not everything per se is a ghost, but, yeah, not everything wants to be perceived. Right. That part. It's weird to say in some regard, but I feel like the pressure change in the area. So yeah, it's like it's not like being touched. Sometimes I will smell like perfume, flowers, colognes, or cigarette smoke, or just something that was not there like 3 seconds ago. So, like, what was it? I think it was last night. I happened to be sitting, and one of the dogs was on the couch next to me, and, you know, it was regular air in here. I hadn't lit any incense. I hadn't brought any fresh cut flowers in, nothing like that. So there should have just been the smell of whatever I had just cooked and just, regular air. And instead I got this waft of this cloyingly sweet flowers. And I'm like, oh, hey, hi, hello to everyone who just showed up. How you doing? Feel free to, be gentle and about, and don't worry, you're good here. It's fine. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for making sure you're checking on the house, that everything is good and fine. So yeah. Right? Either if it's really trying to get you out, it feels like it is grabbing and just pushing. But I tend to get the push back, and it's like, look, I understand that this is your space. You don't want me to enter. I'm literally just grabbing what I need real quick, and I'll be leaving. I am not going to be touching anything that is like of personals. Yeah, I love them. So many wind chimes around here, and I know some people get a little squirrely around wind chimes because they can bring in spirits. But I'm looking to bring in deities, entities, and spirits at the moment to work with, so I'm not worried about them. And I don't know, they're just really calming to me. Oh, see, my ancestors show up in a different way. My ancestors, when I feel them, I usually feel a touch, and I can envision them here. If it's just an unknown entity, I'll feel them, but I won't necessarily be able to visualize them per se. So, and it's not that I'm not afraid. It's just you're on the other side. Your access to this world is incredibly limited, and a lot of what limits you is my own personal strength. So if you really want to play that game of fuck around and find out, just recognize that I have been through a lifetime of trauma, a lifetime of bullshit, and I am so hard-headed. So if you want to play the game, by all means, but I got ways to make this place really unpleasant. I'm like, it's gonna be a war of contrition. Oh, thank you so much, darling. It's I should actually. Da da da. Thank you. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, you were built on. Oh, that's. Ooh. Right? Aren't they cute? $15 at Ross. I love it. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm like, they're going to be loud, and they're going to continue to be loud, and getting rid of would, no, it's not going to work. That's not going to work that way. That is so not going to work that way. The best you can do, if you can find what Native American group it was in the area, see if you can maybe contact the elders of a local chapter from the tribe and see what the best gifts to give, something to help settle them. Because yeah, when they're agitated, it's often because they have been disrespected for a long period of time. When you actually start showing the area and their spirit reverence, respect, they tend to calm down a bit, because they're like, okay, you're learning, you're starting to get it, and you're actually paying homage as you should. So yeah, if it's bad, I would definitely say contact elders and find the best things to do to help calm them. Cause yeah, and if it's a Native American, do not bring in the Christian or the Catholic Church. Not onto your property. Do not do that. Because if you bring in the Christian or Catholic Church to try and expel Native American spirits, especially, that's when they go, I can't believe it. The activity really picked up and they're just getting more agitated. Yeah, because you're trying to kick them off their native land. They're not going to be happy about that. That is just entreating to get your own spiritual ass whooped, as it were. Right. The things that we learned afterwards. Burn cedar, but cedar that you've harvested. And yeah, if you're gonna do that, make sure again you're go to the people who used to be on that land. Find the best way to go about it. Like, look, I'm just living here. I'm just renting here. I didn't know. They seem to be very agitated, and I'd like them to just be a little bit calmer. So is there anything I can do to help? Making sure they're not playing too rough with each other. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. And that happened again and again and again so many times over. There's a reason that the early United States or colonial governments moved them off their lands and then built over them, and they often built over burial sites, which is why those places tend to be rather agitated, to say the least, because there was a huge amount of disrespect with how that was all done. Hey! Sorry. They're playing Bitey Face currently. I know it's all fun and games, but every now and again I gotta disrupt that hyper focus that they can get. As it were. Oh, so we're about. Yay. So far we're about halfway through the candle. I like that it's got a little bit of a slow drip, but nothing too heavy, so it's not burning out of control. I've got a pretty decent flame to it. Not overly all over the place, but yeah. Doing nice. How's everybody doing? Hopefully well. And of course we've got our and that is the current spell that we're building on top of. I have the door mostly closed so that we don't accidentally get a gust of air that would put out the candle, but still we can get a cross ventilation going through, so. Hello. How's everybody doing? Suddenly very French. I think we'll wait a little bit longer. Let's see, today is Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. Oh, just sipping on a little French roast coffee with a touch of honey and half and half. Oh, no worries. By the way, thank you so much for getting me to 7.9K. I do appreciate that. I truly do. I mean, I do my best. I found that I really do like educating, especially when I'm speaking with adults, because kids will take whatever you say, for the most part, at face value, and I value having dialogue and discussion, because I'm not always right. Although, right now, some people are a little bit annoying. But yeah, no, I'd rather, put the information out there and have the dialogue and the discussion and whatnot, so, Well, I mean, that's how we used to do forever and a day ago. But that's what we used to do, is we used to sit and talk. I mean, there's a reason philosopher was a whole ass profession back in the day. You would sit, you would talk, you would, muse and speak on things like ethics and social contract and all that kind of stuff again. Hey, hello from... welcome on in, Eteroa. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. If I am not, please do correct me. My accent is not always perfect, especially when it comes to the pronunciation of Polynesian, island, Maori. Like, that is a whole new set of formations for me, as I was exposed mostly to German and French growing up, and Spanish. So, yay! I've been listening. I've been trying. My accent is still absolute dog shit, but I try to get at least something right. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on for about the next half hour or so, and then I got some things I need to get done around here. I will try and be on again tonight. I'll be reading tarot cards. I will also be back on tomorrow, Monday. So, yeah. Well, I grew up in Southern California. I never took Spanish as a formal class. I took French. Don't ask. But yeah, like you have to pick up on Spanish at least a little bit. And honestly, it's not as hard as you would think. There's a lot of crossover between, like, say, French, Spanish, and English. A lot of word similarities and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to learn it, I'd say definitely put in the work on it. It is a lovely language. And it is spoken a lot of places. So, I think it's a lovely investment. I wish I was not so monolinguistic. I used to be at least decently fluent in French, but it's been years since I've used it, so yeah. Yeah. French, Italian, Spanish. There was another Latin or Romantic language in there, and I am drawing a blank. Portuguese somehow is a bit more of a thing of its own in a lot of regards. So I can't remember if Portuguese was considered a romantic language. And then of course you've got the Germans, who just seem to be efficient in cramming all their words into one long-ass word. But I love them. Was it Belgian? Maybe it was the Belgian language. Flemish language. I think it was the Flemish language. Why? Why do we need an official language? The only reason to make that our quote-unquote official language is palm-colored supremacy. This country has always been a country of many languages. Native Americans and Native American tribes had not only their own spoken language, but for crossover, they also had their own hand sign language. And that was how they were actually able to communicate quite often between tribes when people didn't necessarily know, like somebody couldn't speak Apache, or maybe they only spoke Seminole or Cree or Blackfoot or whatever. So, like, they had differences in languages, but they traded in hand signs, in sign language. That's the word I was looking for. They traded in sign language so they could still understand each other. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the 10K likes. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, this executive order is I have too many unkind words. I have too many unkind words. Because Native Americans even aside, when we first came here, German was nearly our official language because we had such a large German population. There are still pockets, especially amongst the Amish, who speak almost strictly German. Are you ready to come in? Nope. 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 Thank you. We have Spanish. We speak French and Creole and Gullah Geechee. Like, we have so many different dialects. Yeah, and it's so in the face for what it is, because it's not even just so that you can assert palm color. It is so that you can assert a very specific group of people, and so that you can single out anybody who is not them. And the fact that you're trying to tell, at bare minimum, 340 million people that only this, it's like, nah, dude, nah, because we speak everything here. There honestly should not be an official language. That doesn't make a country stronger to have an official language. What makes a country stronger is how they treat each other, their citizens, their society. And to go, oh, well, we're only speaking, we get it. I get it. Like, most of us here only speak English, and that's to a detriment. That is to a detriment to us. That means we are not nearly as educated. We are not nearly as flexible or able to speak to others around the world. It is literally a handicap. It is a way to control us. It is a way to control the working class. Because if you say that, oh, this is our official language, soon it'll be, well, this is the only language we speak. We won't be teaching Spanish because, oh, we might have to speak to them Mexican. Like, you understand that Spanish was not originally the language of like Mexico and South America, right? Like, the Spaniards brought it here. The Spanish conquerors brought it here, along with some highly virulent diseases. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like we don't evolve if we never push ourselves to do more. And we are just falling further and further behind. And we don't know how to organize. We don't know how to actually stand up for ourselves, and that's the scary part. Although, I have heard that the Bostonians, the Massachusetts, they might be having an iced tea party real soon, and I'm like, that's a lot of big bold talk. That's a lot of big bold talk, and I've heard a lot of big bold talk before. I want to see if there's going to be some follow through, because if there is, I think that might be the oh, that's how that's done. Okay, but yeah. Well, of course they don't want us to evolve, because when we evolve, we ask for better. The fact that so many of us went over to that little red book and found out that they don't pay lifelong property tax, that they have like 1.5% homelessness levels. In other words, their homelessness level is incredibly low, and they have so many different social safety nets to help you get out of that situation that even if you have a momentary lapse, they try to get you back on and get taken care of, because they know what happens when the people aren't taken care of. Between firing like more than half of the FAA, and then suddenly we're having crashes left, right, and center. Like the fact that they have out loud said that, okay, I might have, give me a second. Sorry, I riled some stuff up. The fact that we started having, plane crashes. They keep doing things that trap us here while they still can escape. And you know who I mean by they, because it is a very small percent. They can still escape. But they want us trapped here because they're trying to start serfdom 3.0 going on here. And I hate to tell it to them, but every time the quote-unquote peasantry has been oppressed with a boot heel, and tell me a $5 million green card isn't one of the worst grifts. Like, tell me that a $5 million green card, A, that's just bribery. That's just straight up bribery. But B, that's a grift. Because if you can just buy a quick ass green card like that, when there have been people literally waiting for decades, putting in the paperwork, showing up for all their appointments and whatnot, like, the fuck? Right. I'm with you, Miss Tyler. I so am. And God, I hate to even think about this. It's not that America, as in the general populace, is particularly for sale. It's the politicians. And we were raised on gentleness. We were raised on talk first, use your words, to a detriment. Like anybody who says, violence is never the answer. Really? What would you call the American Revolution? What would you call the Civil War? What would you call the War of 1812? What would you call the Haitian Revolution? You say it's never the answer, and I just see it as the last straw. And right about now, we're coming up real quick on that last straw. That's the part that frightens me. Not for what will be enacted upon us, because, it'll get nasty. But what will we have to do? And that is the terrifying part. Because honestly, when the dust settles, it really does. It really does. And the fact that we aren't getting a lot of information from outside this country, the fact apparently that Canada is actively getting ready to do what they gotta do because both our elected and our unelected president are making very loud overtures of bringing them to heel, of basically telling them, no, we're gonna make you, which is basically a threat of enslavement. Like, that and the incredibly loud rise of purity culture, amongst other things. I'm just like, this is bad. This is really, 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 really bad. This is going to cause people to start going off. It's like we're going down the mountain at like a good, sharp 45-degree angle, no brakes. And that's the problem, is you can try to steer, but what doesn't he have on him? If if I were to hazard a guess, and this is only a guess, this is only a guess, this is only a guess, this is not, there is no proof, there is no evidence, this is only strictly my conjecture from everything I've seen going on. And yes, we already know about the Showers of Gold dossier. I think that he has actual physical evidence of the abuse that he leveled on children. I think that there is actual, literal, physical evidentiary proof of what he did to children. I am guessing that it is an Epstein Island hard proof dossier. And, yeah. That and more. That and more. So, there is that. There is possibly a lot more, because apparently there's at least one Russian ex-KGB person who said, yeah, no, he's been an asset for, like, literally since, like, the 80s or 90s. Which means he's been an asset for roughly 40 years. So, you know that they have every last bad deed that he has ever done. And I'm sure that they manufactured at least a few of those situations to make sure. I'm not saying they made up those situations, I'm saying they manufactured it so he'd be caught up in it. That is just my guess. I'm not usually wrong, which is... But yeah. And I mean, he's not even the only one. I am definitely guessing he is not even the only one. Like, I am sure that they have so much dirt on so many of these people. And again, it all goes back to, you know, can we manufacture shame? Can we manufacture fear? Let me go get the dog who is chewing on something he shouldn't be. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Goodness, pardon. Oh, yeah. Hey. Uh-huh. Hi. Yeah, no, we've got so many different groups who have been trying to influence us for quite some time. I honestly think that they're not necessarily trying to take us over. I think they are trying to take our knees out from under. I think they are trying to basically plunge us into a... Simon! Sorry. Getting up where he shouldn't have been. You're a fluffy dog. I don't want you putting your face in a candle that is not good for you. Yeah. Destabilize, completely tank the economy, make it so none of us can earn anything. Ooh, I hate to say this because they're trying to make us end Korea, basically. They're trying to do that. A, because that can make taking over our resources so much easier. But B, also they know that hey, Simon, crate. Nope. Nope. You stuck your nose where it did not belong, and that was dangerous, so no. Nope. But yeah. Yeah, he knew he messed up. He knew he messed up. I'm like, I still have that spell going, and it's very, very short, but he keeps going over it. I'm like, all it would take is one good hard nose boop, and that goes over, and who knows what decides to catch from there. But more importantly, he's got kind of a fluffy double coat, so I would not want him to touch flame. That would not go well. So, yeah. I think he's just also looking for another treat. Even though he's had his. Honestly, anything that this current administration likes, I'm like, that can't be good for us. That can't be good for us. Whether it's the couch lover who adores this person, or the orange-haired one. Well, orange-faced one, you know what I mean. But yeah. Hey, how you doing, Libra? Like, for how long have we been talking about 2025 and the project? And we are seeing the project come to bear, and it's like happening. I don't understand why there isn't much greater resistance against it, because it's so bold and it's so in our face. And I'm like, I don't know all the best ways to create resistance. For once, I'm actually, sitting and listening to people who know far better than myself on this particular regard. But yeah, like, the fact that they are doing exactly what they said they're gonna do, I'm like, for people who didn't grow up in the, let's say, evangelical styled lifestyle, that lifestyle of stricture, that lifestyle of fear and shame and hatred, I don't know how well they're gonna do when it all comes closing in, because that's gonna cause a pressure cooker situation. So yeah, I'm just like, right now I don't even all I can do is hold space, help people talk, do a little decompressing. It's not that I'm trying to provide normalcy, I'm trying to provide an outlet so people don't go to a really bad place at light speed. Right, and that's the whole thing, is I don't think they understand that they have it as bad as the rest of us. They're still thinking that it's not gonna hurt them, and they're finding out right now that it's gonna hurt them. Right? Like how you vote for it and then go, I can't believe, really? Maybe you didn't read any of the, not even so fine print, maybe you just didn't read the print at all, because it was obvious that it said that it was going to hurt veterans. It was obvious that it said that it was going to hurt, people with disabilities in your community. It was obvious that it said that, it was going to hurt you, and you just went, oh no, it's okay. It's gonna hurt the people I don't like first. It's gonna stop at that. I'm like, no, it's not you. I keep coming back to Jessica Lange. You stupid slut. There's not gonna be a pool. There's not even gonna be a house. Like, it's that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but we all know it's a puppet styled government run, and I'm just like, the fact that that we have a unelected South Afrikaner billionaire running our country right now is wild. I feel you. And don't overstock, but definitely, stock up on what you can and learn your rights real quickly, especially when it comes to people showing up at your door going, hey, we're looking for... Yeah, do you have a warrant? No? I'm not talking to you. Oh, it's not signed by a judge? Oh, it's just one you wrote? Nah, get out of here. Like, we all have to resist, but especially has to resist hard and loud. And that's the whole thing, is I need the hard and loud coming from so quick, so expeditiously. Yeah. Right, open book, and they... And I am rarely one who gets onto a conspiratorial thought process, but the fact that Starlink, which is run by our unelected South Afrikaner / Canadian president, the fact that Starlink is owned by them, and somehow he had the results of the election like hours before the official tally. The fact that they have literally said on stage that it was rigged. And I'm like, how were they not dragged out in cuffs? When you admit something like that, what the fuck? Like, More than once. Along with that little how do you do symbol. That part, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. If you were a red-blooded, American, you should have been taking swings at him real fast. Like, oh, just talking about the overall unrest in the country and how we're probably gonna have a little bit of a scarcity issue. Dry goods, again, don't overstock, just get dry goods, extra water, a little here and there to put in reserve just in case, so you can sustain for a little while things get sorted. That part, Haley, that part. Well, that's the funny thing, is they don't think that they need it anymore. Why do I call him No, I said unelected. He's running the show. He's got the money. He is clearly making the calls. The way that he let his 3-year-old speak to the president, and the president-elect sat there with his head hung like a dog who got beat. Like, that is very, very particular. That is very, very particular. The way he sits there, steepled hands, makes his speeches, does as he wishes. What other president in history has ever acted like that? I'm sorry, what other unelected official in history has been able to act like that in front of the president and get away with it? That part. We all knew what that hand signal meant. That part. I'm like, how are you going to sit there and on live TV, on live camera feed, dog one of our allies, and a major ally at that on a lot of levels, politically especially. How are you going to sit there and dog one of your allies on TV like that while you are dressed like a Silicon Valley failed tech bro whose company has just lost like $100 billion? Like, the fuck? Yeah, but the fact that they were just cutting funding willy-nilly without even understanding who they were cutting. They cut
people who were running nuclear research and facilities. They fired them. And then 24 hours later had to scramble to get them back in because they didn't realize the scope of what they just did and how much danger they literally put even themselves in. Like, the fact that you don't know, and yet you were just cutting either funding or personnel staff willy frickin' nilly, like, dude, what? What? And they're not, like, the Pentagon has failed 6 audits in a row. We are so many trillions of dollars in debt. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just, the fact that they cut, what was it, like half of the FAA, and then suddenly our amount of near misses and collisions went through the roof, like, they don't understand anything that they're doing. All they're trying to do is they're trying to grift as much money into their personal accounts as possible, as fast as possible, because they still think that they can exit to wherever they want and just live quietly or ostentatiously on their own little island, in their own little place, and we'll just be left with absolutely nothing. They do not care if literally every last one of us is no longer alive. They do not care if they were to raise this country from tip to tip, from corner to corner, from side to side. They don't care. They don't care because all they want is to have the most and then abscond with it. And I'm like, they are pissing off the entire world while they're at it. That does not tend to play out well, especially when you are pissing off other 1%ers. They're not even just pissing off regular workers, they are pissing off other 1%ers. And I'm like, that doesn't go well. I know enough, and it ain't much, but I know enough to know that you start pissing off your own when your own own the world. They're trying to transfer everything to Starlink because our South African / Canadian unelected president wants all the money. Literally all the money. And I don't, the crash and burn is going to take decades to rebuild from. Like I think it's far worse than just a recession or a depression. We're about to hit total collapse. And I hope that I am proven wrong. I hope that the right people come forward and handle a situation, but we're about to hit total collapse within the next couple of years, although they are honestly, it looks like they are trying to burn this place to the ground within the next year. So, and I will tell you right now, the theocracy, the kleptocracy, the oligarchy, yeah. And again, certain portions of the population have been warning for years that they were doing this, that they had been setting up this thing for literally the last 50 years. Dear sweet God, seriously, dog? Bastard. I hate you. Yeah, that and that's a big if. It is such a big if. I think the last time I saw the tiny human meat shield, he was talking down to our elected to our elected president. I don't think I've seen him in there since then, because honestly, I can't watch that stuff for overly long, or else I get just absolutely incensed. Yeah, Damien. Hey. We did a little bit of casting. We've been just basically hanging out and talking and whatnot. Honestly, I'm hoping for a nice little storm to come in. I'd be very happy with that, but yeah. That part. And his father didn't correct him. And here's the thing. Kids are sponges. Kids definitely pick up what is said around them, and then they say it back. That's how kids pick up some of the bad language. What can I say? The very fact that his father didn't correct him while he was saying those things, you know for frickin' sure that is some shit that his father had been saying. I think I pulled for community, but I don't think I've pulled for individuals just yet. So yeah, if you wish, by all means, blinks are in Lio. I was actually going to head off decently soon just so I could get a few more things done around here and let my phone charge up to full. And then I'll be back on tonight and I can do some later night, some storm card reading. Because I love myself a good storm, and that would be kind of fantastic. You can pick up on a lot of stuff when storms are going on, and it's kind of fantastic, so. Oh yeah, he was absolutely repeating. Okay, so let me head off now, and I'll be back in, let's say, 4 hours. So that will be 6 o'clock my time, roughly 9 o'clock Eastern. So I'm on the west, so east to west. So let's see, 6 o'clock Western, which would make that 7 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. So yeah. And trust me, with the clouds that we have rolling in currently, we've got some good stuff coming in. So yeah. Perfect. I'll see y'all tonight. It's $5 per card. There will be direct links in my bio to donate towards. If you also want to donate towards for like the spell casting and stuff that I'm gonna do, by all means, feel free to, and I will add your name and intent in with the spell so that it becomes a community effort. So yeah. Bye. Love y'all. If my... Aw, thank you. Don't know why my buttons are not working. There we go.